Hello and welcome to another episode of my Productivity Mastery series. And today we're talking about one of the most exciting times of the year, which is the annual planning time. Now, October is one of the best times to start thinking about what you would like to do next year, because it gives you 2 months at least before you have to make any concrete decisions. And you can just play around with ideas and start to get excited about what you want to get accomplished next year. Now, the whole purpose of this is to keep you moving forward, to keep you developing yourself, to help you to grow. And that growth, that sense of movement in your life, that sense of improvement is where you get a lot of satisfaction, fulfillment, and yes, happiness, because you're achieving things. And human beings are just wired that way. It's like when we have a small victory, it's like, yes, that sense of accomplishment. But what we want to do right now, certainly for the next 2 months, is just to generate ideas. Now, this does not mean that you have to do these next year. This is just like unlocking your mind, getting down into those hidden depths to come up with the things that are going to inspire you, motivate you, and more importantly, get you excited. So, how do we do this? Well, I produced many years ago what I call my annual planning template. Now, you can download this for free from my website, or you can get the link to the EVERNOTE note where I share that you can actually just get the template from me. So I've put the link of that in the show notes below. But you can set this up on a piece of paper, you can set it up in any kind of notes app. It doesn't really matter. It's just, if you want the PDF, you can get it from my website. If you'd want an Evernote template, then you can get that directly from the show notes down below. So what is this annual planning template? Well, it's basically around about 5 or 6 questions designed to get your mind to open up. But right up at the top is ideas. The section is called ideas, and this is where you just dump anything that comes to your mind. It's like a brainstorming session. We just dump anything that's going to come to our minds so that we can get on and do that. Next up is the question, what do I want to change about myself? Now, this relates to you as an individual. Are there things about yourself that you don't like and you want to change? Perhaps that could be that you're kind of sedentary, you don't move enough, and you're very aware of this, and at the back of your mind it's kind of bothering you. So you can say, I want to get moving, I want to start moving more. That could be just going out for a walk in the evening, could be even joining some kind of sports club, getting involved in badminton or tennis or squash or anything like that. Just throwing these ideas into this section. The next section is, what do I want to change about my lifestyle? Now, this relates to those things around you. So it could be that, you're tired of living in the same place and you've been meaning to move house or look for a new house or a new home for many years, but you've just not done anything about it. Perhaps 2023 is the time to start doing about that. So you might write down, move house. Could be that you want to get yourself a car. Now, just to give you a little story here, 2 years ago, my wife and I bought our first car here in Korea, my first car here in Korea, and it completely transformed our lives. Before that, we lived in the big city, we lived in Seoul, we used public transport and taxis, and sure, that enabled us to get around Seoul, but it wasn't very practical to get us out of Seoul and enjoying the Korean countryside, which is just amazing, and the beaches on the East Coast. Once we got our car, we were going out on adventures every week. We were taking our little dog into the mountains and into the hills, and it led to us moving house and moving to the east coast of Korea, where the air quality is way better because it's not such a big city. We're right next to the beach, it's only 5 minutes away. It transformed our lives. So that was one of the things that was actually on my list for 2020, which was to get the car, and that's what we did. So that's all about lifestyle. What are the other things in terms of like your current lifestyle that you don't particularly like and that you want to change? Perhaps even on lifestyle, you're not spending enough time with your family and friends, and you want to commit a day, say on a weekend or an evening during the week, where you go and visit a friend or go out with a friend, have dinner, whatever. Next up is the third question, which is, what do I want to change about my work life? Now, this could be that you actually want to change jobs. Similar to lifestyle, it could be that you've been meaning to move jobs or change jobs for a while, but you just haven't done it yet. Perhaps you can make that commitment to do it next year. But it doesn't just mean about the job that you do. It could be that you want to skill yourself up, learn some new skills. It could be that you want to become more of a hybrid worker, so that maybe you're not just constantly working at home, but you could choose, say, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to go into the office. Or perhaps if you're working in the office, you may say, no, I want a job where I can work from home and be the master of my own time during the day. So there's a lot of things these days that we can work on in our work life. But what do you want to change about that? And all you're doing is just writing out ideas right at this moment. We're not doing anything to commit to anything. All it is a brainstorming session, which is why it's great to give yourself 3 months to really dig deep into these things. And then we come to the kind of final section of this template. The next one is, what can I do to challenge myself? Now, we are human beings. We thrive on challenges. Now, one of the problems that we have these days is we've got too used to living a very, very convenient life. There's very little challenges in our lives today, but human beings need challenges. It's how we grow, it's how we get better, it's how we look at our lives and say, you know, this isn't working. So what can you do to challenge yourself next year? Now, that could be that you're going to go from like sofa to 5K. It's something like that, sofa to running a 5K. Or it could be that, you know, you haven't spent any time in education for the last 20 years. Perhaps it's time to pick something to learn next year that's going to be challenging. So, for example, last year I did my NLP Masters course. NLP stands for Neuro Linguistic Programming, which was a 50-hour course to do. And I actually enjoyed doing that. That was challenging because it was actually an academic program. Normally I do quick 1-hour courses on Skillshare or on other people's websites. This was a 50-hour dedicated academic course. But I hadn't done anything academic for many years, and it was great to actually sit down, have homework to do, write essays. Oh, it was an amazing experience. But that came up in my challenges. Another one, which I've actually already written for this year, I realized that I haven't run a marathon for a number of years, probably 5 or 6 years now. And I think it's time to really challenge myself. So I've got down in my challenges to run a full marathon next year. And already I'm getting excited about planning out the training program for it and actually running the marathon and trying to decide, well, what's my target time? Do I want to run in under 4 hours, or would I be happy to run in under 5 hours? So those are the kind of things to do. Look for something that's going to really challenge you next year. Next up is goals. Now, we all have lots of goals, the things that we want to do, and goals are great little milestones that we can use to become the person we ultimately want to become. So I look at goals as a way of signposts, if you like. It's like it proves to me that I'm moving in the right direction. And again, just to give you an example, last weekend I did run my first running race, which was a 10-kilometer race. And I made the decision that my goal was to do it in under 60 minutes. My final time was 59 minutes and 50 seconds. But, you know, that feeling of, yes, I'm on my way. I achieved my goal. It put a huge smile on my face and made the whole effort worthwhile. And the final section is bucket list. What do you want to take from your bucket list and make it a reality next year? Now, this is the fun thing. If you have a bucket list, you can go through the list and say, okay, what can I accomplish from this bucket list next year? Just pick 2 or 3 things that you can have a go at. So there's a few things like my wife and I want to go to Jamaica and stay at the GoldenEye Resort. Now, one other thing, I have put it on that list, but whether I do it or not, I'll make that decision in December. Similarly, my wife and I also want to go to Australia, and I'm thinking perhaps we can go in September time next year, go to Australia. That would be really awesome. So we're just adding things. We're not making any commitments here. This is just a brainstorming session for 2 months. Now, to keep this at the top of your mind, what I would suggest is if you're using, for example, the EVERNOTE template, then you want to save this note in your shortcut so you've got quick access to it. If you're using something like Apple Notes, you can pin this note to your mobile phone through the widgets, or you can just make sure that it's pinned in Apple Notes so that you have quick access to it, so that it's a constant reminder for you to keep adding. And therefore, if you're just sitting around waiting for something, you can pull up the note and you can just go through it and get your brain working. The more times you go into this note, the more your subconscious mind is going to do its job, and it's really going to help you to come up with a list of amazing things that you might want to do next year. Remember, we're not committing to anything right now. We're just generating ideas. So there you go. Hopefully this has given you some inspiration. Don't forget, you can download this annual planning template either from my download section on my website. I'll put a link below, or you can get it direct from my Evernote. I've set up the template. Again, all you need to do is just go into the show notes and the Evernote template, click on that, and you can bring the template into your notes. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and it just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Hello, thank you very much for watching my videos. Now I have something exciting to tell you about. Recently I have developed a brand new time management system. It's a system designed to manage your time in the 21st century. The world has changed a lot over the last 20 years. In fact, it's actually changed a lot this year. And what we need now is a system, a time management system that is very easy to use, easy to maintain, so that you can spend more of your time doing the work. And that's what the time sector system is all about. It's going to change your whole belief system about the way a time management system should work, because this focuses on when you are going to do the task. And let's be honest, it doesn't matter how motivated, inspired, or how urgent something is. If you don't have time to do it, it is never going to get done. And that's what this system is built around, getting your work done, so you can spend more of your time doing the things that you want to do. I hope you join me in this course. The full details of the course are in the show notes below, so please join me, and thank you very much for watching this brief video.